Today, I want to talk about healthy team and some elements that compose of a healthy team. And what are those elements? Hi, I'm Lucy, peak performance coach and speaker. And this was something I came across very recently, actually. There was a meeting that I was in where we were talking about those elements and what those elements were and why they were important. And then there was somebody I was working with who was talking about a team that wasn't working particularly well. So I was able to bring that across to help that person within her team. And so, what are the elements? There are 5 of them, and you might know them already. You might know some of them. You might think, oh, these would be the things. But let's start with the foundational one, and that is trust. Trust is big in any relationship, of course, but when you're heading for peak performance within a team and you want to get the best out of everybody, these 5 elements are really important. And so the very first one being trust is it's not just a surface level trust. It's like, oh, I trust these people. It is, I trust you in different ways. I trust you if I say something, that it is not just brushed aside. I trust you to share with me if things are getting too hard, then you can share that with me. And I trust that I can share those sorts of things with you. So it's a deeper level of trust than, yes, I just trust you. And you know that if they say they're going to do something, they get it done. If they say they're going to be in for a year, they're there for a year. And there are so many different things that you think, yes, I'm in a safe space. I am in a place where everybody supports everybody else. And that is the foundation of that healthy team. The next thing up is an interesting one. It's healthy conflict. And healthy conflict means that you are able to not have to go along with the majority, and you can speak your mind safely and just say, well, I don't quite see it like that. I see it like this, and this is why I see it like this. And you're not going to get squashed and pushed down because of that. It's like, oh, that's interesting. Let's talk about that. Or that's okay to be like that because we can fit these things together. Let's have a look at both of these sides because that's interesting, right? So healthy conflict means that you can speak your mind and you don't have to go with the majority. You can share your point of view safely because you have the trust already installed. So healthy conflict means that you're probably not shouting at each other, you're not angry with each other, you're just able to listen and have that ability to listen to somebody else's point of view and being open to it. So being open to somebody else's point of view is huge because they're coming from a different space, they're coming from a different angle. And then somebody else is coming over from this angle, whereas the majority is coming from underneath and they can't actually see what's on these two sides. So then you get more of a complete picture if you have somebody else's or a couple of other people's open, shared opinions. Communication and commitment. So the communication part is that healthy conflict, you're communicating. And the commitment is I said I was going to do this by a certain time. This is what I said I was going to do, and I'm going to do it. So your commitment is there. And when people know that you're going to do what you say you're going to do, I'm going to complete a schedule. It gets done by a certain date. I am going to build a presentation. It gets done by a certain date. I am going to make a speech and it gets done by a certain date. That is the commitment. I am going to be in that room and support you, and you get there come hell or high water as far as it goes, right? So once you've got that, because that also comes back to the trust. Somebody trusts that when you're committed, you say that you're going to do it, and therefore they trust you to do it. And if somebody breaks that trust, and I've had this happen within a team, it's really upsetting because you felt like you had that trust. You felt like you knew the person. You felt like there could be that healthy conflict. And when it came down to their commitment, they weren't as committed as they said they would. And that's really disappointing. So not being that person is really important, and having that within a team. And then the fourth thing is accountability. So you're being accountable, right? So you're committed to something, you're committed to being on the team, you're typically committed to working with the team, you're committed to making the team reach their peak performance. And that accountability, which moves in and I think really locks in with the commitment side, is that you're not only accountable to others, you're accountable to yourself. Because really, that is what it is. If you say you're going to do something and you do it, you're really being accountable to yourself. That's what I see for accountability. When I have an accountability partner, I'm being accountable to me and sharing it with her. When she is my accountability partner, I'm not going to do anything to her. It doesn't affect my business if I'm not in a team with her, if I'm separate from her, if she hasn't done the thing. It's her responsibility to be accountable for herself and then share that. But there's a specific point in time that we meet up and say, this is what I said I'd do, I have or haven't done it, and this is what she said she would do, and she has or hasn't done it. We're not affecting each other in any way. But within a team, of course you are. You're affecting the whole team. So knowing that people are committed and they're being accountable to themselves for the team is also important. And then the last thing is, with all of those things, with the trust, with the healthy conflict, with the commitment and the accountability, you get results. And results, good results, healthy results, team results, peak performance results. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for all of those things to create the best result possible for everybody. And whether it's a leadership team making the best results for the whole company, or the whole organization, or the whole lot of members, if you're in a membership group, it's the best results for everybody involved, not just for the leaders, but for everybody. But that leadership team, that committee has made it the best that they can because they've got all of those elements in place. And it's really worth looking and seeing if there is something that can be worked on with any of those. So if you've got the trust there, that's a really fantastic start. However, if the accountability, and like in the team that I was in, somebody suddenly drops out and we thought they were committed and they weren't, and it was probably because they weren't willing to go through the healthy conflict at the end of the day. And so those things are really going to get the results that you're looking for. So when that person left, the rest of us pulled together even tighter, making sure that everybody can speak up, everybody does get supported, even more so than when that person was there. Because you learn from that. You learn what perhaps was missing. And I think we learned that that healthy conflict was missing. So there'll be another video coming up on screen. I will see you over there. I hope this has helped with any team health that you need, and that way that you can really move forward into lifting that team, lifting the committee, whatever that is for you, and making it the very best that you can. Have the most awesome day, and I'll see you soon.